Well, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, my Michael S10 Shopping Garage. I'm Mike. How's it going everyone? Hope everyone's staying safe and healthy. And today, we're doing some seal work on the overflow hose or the bleeder hose on my 08 G6 GT35. And I want to show you a trial and error tested tune, excuse me, research and development on a heater hose on the car and on some of the O-rings and thermostat, and to get the car excuse me, finished today and running. I've done a little bit of pre-up work on it, and I will show you here a little later on this. And first of all, like, subscribe, please. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And notification bell, and you're up to speed. Now, here's the OEM thermostat, which I am replacing. It's not bad. The clock's got about 100,000 miles on her. It's 98,000 and change. And look how cruddy it is. Like I said, still good. I'm just PMing it. Doing it while I'm down that far, and I'm also changing out the radiator hoses. Now, the white crud on there seems to have been some tap water that been put in it before I bought it. I bought it from a dealership. It was a dealer car. And here's the new thermostat. And just in case, or for, how can I put it? So you don't cause yourself any trouble. And in my past, working on cars, I've actually seen the thermostats put in the wrong way. So, this is the way it goes. It just bolts through the timing cover for the bottom lower radiator hose, and this is the way it goes in. As you can see, the holes for the bolts. And no gasket, no sealant, it's a rubber seal. And this here little brass dot is a fail-safe. Can you hear it? You can't see it, but you hear it. There we go, that's even better. We'll do it this way. As for in case this malfunctions, that'll let some coolant go through till you get it fixed, or can fix it. Just need to make sure that white crust or hard water deposit is not in this recessed area here, like on the other half that this bolts to, that there's none of that in it. And actually, take the rag and wipe this off. I've already installed it. I've just taken it off to do this demonstration. And we'll just go ahead and dry this off better too. And actually some of the hard water deposits actually on this gooseneck or thermostat housing. Now, it doesn't make any difference as long as the point goes to the inside and just snug fit it, and it generally will hold good enough to get it back together. Now, another type of lubricant, which is transmission fluid, just want my old eyedroppers with transmission fluid in it. Just a little something I've done, no big thing. Whatever you may have handy will work. Or in my previous videos, the syringes. Or outside the car, another type of lubricant applicator, but a lot bigger. And just a couple drops is all it takes. And there you are. And why this is set up for a stud, I don't know. There's nothing else attaches to this except that it helps hold on the thermostat housing. Go figure. And this is the bottom bolt. Same thing. And that's pretty much all it takes. Because then all this goes together in aluminum housing. Torque's on approximately 80 inch-pounds or Newton meters. Which just, that's about it. Now, I want to bring to your attention, as we go into this video, this is the spare one I bought. And as you can see, the O-ring or flat wider O-ring, I get this focus, you can see it. It's wider, flatter to fit the groove of the so-called bleeder screw. I've done a video on this recently. I don't use this to bleed it with. I bleed out of the reservoir. This hooks to the reservoir. Now, and the tools you'll need to do this, what I've used are these. The O-ring comes off, it's shot. And here's the O-ring, if I get the focus, off the one that's still on the car. And if I get this to focus, see the width of that? It's not round, it's flat. There's some sides going to be involved later on with this. And the other part of the heater core hose, it was just outright rotten. So good thing I'm PMing this. Now what I'm doing, and hope it works, I'm telling you in this video, let me get this turned around so you can read this right. So give me a second, or two or three or four. I did not go to the store to buy these O-rings. I'm trying what I've already got to do this with. And how good this is going to work, I don't know. Research and development. I'm going to show you what I've got here. This is flea market O-ring and seals. Let me get this turned around so you can read and see this right. Okay. Hopefully I can get the glare off of this so you can see it better. Like I said, there's no guarantee this is going to work. I'm hoping it works. If not, drain some antifreeze out of the radiator and go and find the correct seals. I've just tried this. Okay. Now if I can get this to open up. Sorry about that. And here we are. Quite a variety. And if I get this to focus, these are all round seals. They're not flat seals. Now for this one. So, thanks for being patient and bearing with me at this. This is what I'm experimenting with. And to make it easier and hopefully work better, this is the, get the focus, this is a very sensitive vernier caliper. And that's the type that it is. Right there. I mic'd the piece here and the other one at this end after I took the seal off, once it focuses. But the rings I put on, the other ones, excuse me, are tight. So all I can say is I hope that this works. If not, I'll have to undo it and redo it. It happens. I'm just trying this out, as I said. So give me a second, we're heading out to the garage. Okay. The reason I'm doing it this way is because I've already got these O-ring seals. I try to cut costs too. like anyone else, trying to cut costs. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. The bear gets you, sometimes the bear don't get you. Hopefully in this case, it won't get me, or I'm going to have to redo it. But it's not a big issue. So once I put the antifreeze in, start her up, and she doesn't leak, of course we're good. If not, then I'm not driving and they go out and I can fix the problem. I'll have to go to the dealership or the store and get the ones that fit. And a lot of times they, how can I put it? Make an improved model that don't look the same and hope it works, or it does work, and you or I buy it and install it. Looks different, it works. Not everything made or put together works. Or they call it trial and error, test and tune, research and development. We all work at this and try. I could go directly to the store or to the dealership, hope they have it for my old model, and buy them, probably with a fortune, and go ahead and put it together. But as I said, since I have these, I'm trying this first. If not, then the bear gets me and I go to the store or dealership and get them. So let's head out to the garage and see what we can do. Okay, trying to shed some light on this topic here without blinding me so you can see me. I will be moving the light around a bit, so this gives some light on me out to the garage. I'll try to stay out of the limelight all that I can, but then at the end of times I can't. Just to get the job done and show you what's going on. So let's get this started and get her started. Okay. Let's get her turned around here. Whoop, nope, not time to turn around. Sorry about that. Almost jumped the gun on that. Okay, first of all, alright, let me get the camera down into the motor. Give me a second. Okay, everything is back on and hooked up this way to this point. And I got her from out there on the ramps, and yep, there's the old maniacal. Got her off the ramps and got her in the garage because it was going to rain, so I could get this done. And when I started her up, just to cripple her in here, that, excuse me, all the pulleys that I greased, which is, as you can see, 1, tensioners 2, 3, and over there at about the dark above the water pump is the 4th one. All's going good. Everything now is hooked up at this part to this point, as I said. Now here's something I want to show you just to be throwing it in here. That's what this reminds me of. Because this is your variable valve timing for the camshaft. And actually for the water pipe crossover, which you barely see it now, but it's behind this. Just reverse process from when you take it off to put it back on. Here's what this reminds me of. Variable valve type of piece down there with the wires hooked to it. And this is the V8 or the V6 water pump. Kind of puts me to mind of that. That's just all I want to throw out there. So that part's overdone. Give me a sec. That's out of the way. Now on with the video part of it. Now, let's shed some more light. And for the thermostat. And there's the heater hose part of it. I told you I've already changed the seal on. And if this will cooperate just a wee bit. I did this so this mill surface for the aluminum doesn't get scratched up. And if I can get the light to do it. There's the O-ring. And there's the T-fitting pieces, I call it, for the so-called bleeder valve. Alright, now to show you You gotta be a contortionist here because it's easier from the top than it is from the bottom. Get the light to stay still. And actually, so you can see what's going on down in here. And give me a second. Okay, try to get the best angle so you can see what's going on. Follow my pointer. There's where the thermostat goes. There's where the stud goes to the top, and the bolt goes down to the bottom, providing that you can see it and it focuses. And this hose comes out. It's coming off. And something from the top here now. Hopefully. Somewhat. You can see the hose, and right in here is where the housing, the thermostat, goes right in here. Okay, give me a couple seconds. I'm going to get this attached and we'll go from there. So here we go. Let's get this back together and get her started. Like I said, you got to be a contortionist to do this. And it can be something else, let me tell you. Oh, by the way, this is the big brother version to what I lubed up the stud of the bolt with. Okay, let's see what I can do here now. It's a time job. Trying to figure to do this and so you can still see some. Well, I don't doubt I'm going to lose some antifreeze. That's when I take the hose off. But you got to get this stuff bent around to where you can work with it. Didn't sound too bad, did it? Whoever that was. Okay. Hope you can see some of this. You got to use your fingers for your eyes too. They can be a bear at this at times. You got to do this one-eyed too when you can, and or with the fingers. And check it periodically. Because this is what can happen. Thermostat comes out of the outer part of the housing. It happens. See if we can do it this way. You don't want to stand that way, but you kind of figured that. Okay, give me a sec. We're working on it, we're getting there. I can get it through it this way. I get my, nope, that hand ain't gonna go in there. I was trying, didn't work. That thing is a good look. I don't see no corrosion, don't feel any. That's all good. All right, see what I can do this way. And it's tight. Believe me, it's tight. I got the stud started. Run it in over halfway, finger tight. Transmission fluid works wonders doing it for this. Now for the bottom one. Feel for the hole. Now they're there somewhere. Where did it go? All right, let me see if I've got here a minute. Okay, there's the thermostat hole. Now I got that bolt started. All right, now we're cooking natural gas and meatloaf, figuratively speaking. And hopefully all this goes together good at this point, so we don't have any leaks at the thermostat. Now, 1/4" drive, stubby ratchet, and a 10mm, and I'm using 6-point. 1/4" drive. Just snug the stud and go to the bottom bolt and just snug it. Snug. Okay. Now, around here to the front, bit of a wiggle if any. She feels flush, which is a plus. That almost rhymes, flush and flush. Actually it does. And let's snug it up. When you go take this off, if it's been on for a while, you can always use a long reach 10mm wrench to break the stud loose, but the bottom one's got to do with the ratchet. You don't have enough room down here for a wrench, unfortunately. Snug. And top one is snug. And let's, okay. And got it. That's it. Recheck. All's good. All right. Now we'll keep that tool up here. Won't need the wrench. So if you need to break it loose that way. And now for the lower hose. This. Now, as far as the water pump pulley goes, you can break the bolts loose while the belt's on, or if you take it off and start to do it later on, just jam the bolts with something like this, back them out, lock it up, 10mm, break her loose, and you got it. For the top radiator hose, I had to take the headlight assembly out to do it. So I need to get to the doggone clamp. And this is the one I devised to see if it works, just so I can see the coolant flow. It's just something I'm trying. That's all it is. Give me just a second. Always have more tools than you need, and this is the hose that actually goes where this hose goes to, as I'll show you. I had to make my bend in it. I've already had it on once, it worked out good. I just had the antifreeze, so we're going to see how this works. And actually, give me a second. This is the info on the hoses. Whoops, get my finger, it's caught in there. Let's see what we got here. And this is the hose that goes from this nipple to that nipple down there. But I made my own because I just want to see if it's going to work. It's up to you if you want to try this part. I also had to make my own custom clamps. Except for these two that goes on there, and I want to heat these ends up a bit because they are a bit stiff, and I already had the hose. But of course, all hoses are a bit stiff, and this is a wood super tight fit on them nipples down there. Okay, now for the lower hose that's getting replaced, this is the one going on it. That's the bottom, and here's the top. Advanced Auto Parts, 110 bucks, both hoses. There you have it. So let's get these on and see about getting her started back up here a little bit. Okay, like I said, I engineered this myself. I'm just wanting to see if it's going to work. This I got at the hardware store, like Menards, Home Depot, and I just want to see if it's going to work. Research development, as I said, trial and error. I just want to see if it's going to do it. If it don't, it don't. Okay, now then, let's do the hoses first. Mainly the bottom one to begin with, and special tool for if I need it. And my pliers, just a standard pair of pliers. This is what I'm going to lose some antifreeze. You see something else. I'm trying to stay out of the way all I can so you can see what's going on, but it's not easy at times. And I don't have an overhead camera. Well, let's try with the pliers. Well, apparently those are not going to work either. Not in this position. Of course, when I first done this, I had the front clip or the bumper cover off. And the radiator stuff. Well, push back so I can get to it better. Now do it this way, it does take some finesse. I just gotta. Let's try this again. Maybe. Nope. Just popped right off. We'll get it figured out here in a little bit. Right now, patience works wonders. Well, now, dog. I think I got it. It does take a squeeze. Wow. Probably more squeeze if I could do this one hand and get it off there too. Okay, the clamp's loose and I'm moving it. Yay! We're getting there. Woo! Well, that puts a muscle in your arm there. I'll probably have to put it back on that way. Okie doke. Here's no doubt we're going to lose some antifreeze. I'm not sure where it's going to be wanting to run off to. Give me just a second. Now I got a catch can under it, see what I can catch and see what I still lose. Let's see how this is going to work. There goes possibly a whole lot of nothing. Sorry about that, bumped the camera stand. Now let's hope for the best on this. See what we got. Hope you won't lose too much. Urgh. Gotta get this twisted, finagled piece of rubber hose out of here. Well, it went somewhere. Oh, hit the catch can. Catch pail, bucket, what do you want to call it? And there we are. Now let's match it up. Looking good. I can take these pliers and take the clamps off. Well, I wish they designed cars where you could use the old screw clamps all the time, but they don't believe in doing that no more. Whoops. Didn't want to do that. I got other clamps if I need them. I might have lost one. My hands are not wide enough for this, obviously. So here's the way I'm going to do that. And off it comes. Easy with this, though. If it goes flying off, that could sting a finger really good. And ow, ow, ouch. I'll look for the other clamp for a little bit. Okay. Take a rag, wipe off the inlet, because this is the one that comes from the motor to the radiator. Lower one, the way these motors are designed, the hot coolant comes out the bottom. It's supposed to be opposite. Well, back in my day, the hot coolant out the top, cool coolant the bottom. Now it's just the opposite. That's the way they design them. It's not my idea of it. Okay. Let's see how much I caught, if any. Well, I did catch some. And a little bit of it went to the floor, but not bad at all. Not bad at all. Okay. Let's open her up and get it on there. Like I said, this can be a bear and trying on the patience. Well, heck. Get it on there to where we can work with it a little later. Okay, let's see if I can spot the other one where it might have flown it off to. I don't see it on the floor. That may or may not be good. See over here what I might have. I'm probably going to end up getting another clamp. This will probably rock out, fall out sometime somewhere, but it's nothing, that big of a deal. It's not caught nothing that's going to hurt anything. But I don't see it. It might not even went down in here. It might be somewhere over the garage. See what I can do here with a different type of clamp. Okay. Screw clamp. And I'm going to need a screwdriver. Because being in the position I'm in down there, I can't design my own clamp too tight. And I might be having trouble with this clamp. Don't know just yet. Well, let's see what I can do. I think that's barely going to go on there. I do mean barely. Wow. Tight fit. All right. We might have run into a snag here now. Until I happen to spot the other clamp, wherever that doggone heck it's flew off to. Get down there and take a better look here, see what I hopefully see. No, I don't see it down here either. Okay. All right. Gotta figure this here part out. All right. Looks like the main sticker with the green band goes to the thermostat. Let's see what I can do, what I got here. And let's see what's what. Yeah, by the looks of it, that's the way it goes. Okay, one end on. And see with this end, get on there. Yeah, buddy. Time for the contortionist thing again. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. See what I possibly got here. Let's take this paper off because that takes up a bit of space. Deal with the paper later. Might be better off with this type of clamp anyway. See what we can do. Okay. Hold on a second. By the looks of it, I got this clamp all backwards. Sometimes I gotta bring this stuff up against me to work on it, and it's out of camera sight. Sorry about that. But that's the way it goes sometimes. Okay, I'm going to but trying to use this one-handed is a bear. And I do mean a bear. And the wide part of the clamp to the narrow part on this. That way it locks on better. Oh. This could put some forearms on you. So hold on a second so I don't lose this clamp. Woo! Yeah. Let's see what we've got now. It gets a little rough on fingers at times, but that's just part of it. All right. Let's see if I can get this thing on now. It's not the first time I've lost clamps. It won't be the last. Well, the bottom one is almost fastened. I just don't have it clamped yet. It's on. Yay! Whew. I'm about to get a shorter screwdriver. I wasn't wanting that. That might be a little shorter, not the same length. Here's a shorter one. Let's get the sleeves up and let's see what I got here. I'm just wondering if I can even use this screw clamp on here. Oh boy. Now this clamp don't come apart. I've got it. I think I've got it. It's going to be mighty, mighty close. Let's see what I've got.
Never been a better time to get out of your old car and
Just the reason why I say is hose clamps, just in case something like this happens. So far, so good. Whoops. Don't want to lose the screwdriver. If this clamp holds up and works out for me, I'm just going to leave it on there. Isn't going to hurt a thing. Of course, we can start up, get her started. We got to check for leaks anyway. Always guarantees there's not going to be a leak. Now, to get that top clamp on. And I'm hoping to use these pliers. Let me get some light on the subjects. These things are over here under the light. And see what I can get myself into here. Wish me luck at this, because I'm probably going to need it. I'm on the clamp. I can't lose it. I just got to get it to where I can get it up where I want it. Let's get to be a mother. Now this right there, this is where you get your fingers pinched. Well, back to this. All right. Put her up and let's get it. Whoops. Missed it. Let's see what I've got here. Yeah, buddy. Wow. I'm going to have some 4 runs after this. And this is still getting to be a bear to go on there. Darn. Well, that's a little hot there. I can see. That's a little better. And I can't squeeze this much more to make it work. My goodness. Okay. I'll try with the other pair of pliers again, see what I can do. We're almost an hour into this. Whew. Gee whiz. Ugh. Made a little headway. Ah. Yeah, buddy. God darn. Makes me wish for younger days doing this. Darn. Ah. It makes it easier to get to the clamp, but the problem is getting the clamp to move for you. Doggone. Ah. Top it'll be a whole lot easier. I mean, this is getting to be a bear. Whew. And I can't get my hand in it that way either. Well, I'm closer, and my back don't give out first. But wowee, golly wally. Mm. Mm. Yeah. All we do is just keep at it. That's all we can do. Well, heck. Missed the clamp altogether on that one. It's like the blind leading the blind right now. Ah, darn. I'm doing all I can to get this, and it's beat me. And I mean beat me bad. Ah. Oh. I mean, it's a tight area down in there. Ouch. Whoops. Ah. Yeah. I hope it opened out, but I got a hunch I'm gonna get my fingers pinched out of this before it's over with. Ah, darn. Wow. Now what these are work. Ah. Jesus. I just lost what I had. Be back. I want to see if I can't find me a screw clamp. Okay. Ah. Okay. All right, hold on a second. Hold on. Okay. I'll show you. As far as I was getting with that squeeze clamp. Jeez, oh Pete. But you'll have a lot of room to work with it down there. In my hands, I'm already getting battle wounds. But that comes along with this, but now you know why I missed old good old days. You have to fight all this stuff. So don't go flying off. I stumbled across the other one. All right, and the thermostat housing first this time. Yeah, buddy. Hope y'all make a difference going on, putting that on first. Versus going through what we just went through for the last, felt like eternity of this. Oh. All right. What I'm going to do, I want to see what size that is. 10 mil. Okay. Let's see what I got here. So I'll start dropping the tools. Maybe, maybe not. That's too big. Okay. See what we got here. That's too big. Let's see what we got here. Bingo. It is a 5/16. Now I'll see what I can do. Don't look too bad. Now we go to the radiator. Wow. What an ordeal that was. Hopefully I get all this done and start her up. There's not going to be any leaks. Both snug. Good. Okay. Wow. All right. Hopefully we won't need that specialty tool. And see what we got going on here. We're an hour and 15 into this, so let's see what we can keep going here. Not a good. Yep. This hose needs going next. Let's see how this works. Time for the heat gun. Make it a little easier and flexible. Yep. Time for the old heat gun. Hope you hear that. I'm back. It don't take much heat. And if you decide to do this, the shorter one goes to the bottom. And there's not much difference, as you can see. By the time you get a pin in there, there's a difference. Let's get this on and see what we got. Okay. And As the hose cools off, it also tightens up on the nipple, which is a plus. And let's see what we got here. Get this other clamp turned where I can get to it. Go. Of course, you can get the light to stay where you want it. Maybe I will need that specialty one again. That's going to be another tight fit, so let's see what we got. Another pair of pliers. See if these do the trick. And again, maybe not. Okay, there's that one on. Top one is done. Another different type of pliers. The way cars are designed these days, and probably the past 3 decades, don't be shot to different types of tools and special tools you'll need and or to make. Yeah, as you can see what I'm going through now. Even with the hose I designed, the way this is formed, it'd still be the same connection setup. Well, I was hoping this would work again. Nope, hold on. Thick, thin, long, short, curved. I'm just trying this stuff out now. I had the hose set up on it, but not with the clamps hooked up. So I learned this too for the first time. Whoops. Yeah. Darn it, you had them open, you can't close them. Yeah, how good that does. Yeah. About got it. Just about did it that time. There it is. Got it, but there's what it took to do it. All right. Let's get this hose out of the way. Let's go for the top one now. See what this is going to be like. Alrighty. See which way I gotta go with this. Let's try it this way. If you don't succeed, try again. Hope we don't lose the clamps. Because I don't have any more. Now there's one clamp on. I gotta just get those on. All right. Now we can't lose the clamps. I just got to see which way this wants to go. Oh, we're getting closer to the antifreeze. Yeah. Now let's see what we got here. By the looks of it, this is the short neck, long neck goes to the radiator. We'll pre-fit this before we do the clamp thing and see what we've got. Yeah, buddy. And hope you don't catch the bottom clamp I put on just minutes ago. All right, see what we got over here now. Excuse me. Put that up there. Let's get this joker on. Let's see what we got. Hope you can see this. And that one is on. Now let's go back over here to this hair pulling side. A little bit more. I'm getting close. That should do it. Okay, now then. Oh. I'm going to try to get this to where you're going to be able to see this. Okay. All right. As you can see, the new O-ring is on the so-called bleeder tube, which goes to the reservoir. And this part's where it goes into is already cleaned out. And to the heater hose, there's a new one. Here's where the sides comes in at. See if it's going to work with what I designed on that hose, the clear one you see. So let's get this on together. All right, let's do our thing. Now, a little bit of trans fluid. Whoops. I don't want to use Big Brother. Let me take that back. I'll be right back. Just a little bit will do it. A little dab will do you. And this one. All right. The holes are cleaned out and we're going back together with this now. Got a good little fit there. Let me get the hardware. That one. Okay, see bolt wise which one's which here. slip in. The hardware's already here. We're getting close to the antifreeze time. And a little bit of a nudge, and it's in. It won't take long to see if this is going to leak or not. Hopefully it don't. Then again, I might have Niagara Falls. It don't take much of a snug to do this. And I think I'm remembering correctly. This goes right there. I want to loosen that up just a wee bit to get this other bit of hardware on here. And I'm thinking that's it. Little dab will do it. I want to find something out here right quick. Oh heck, I've done the wrong one. And while I'm at it, in case anything got in the antifreeze, I'm going to strain it as it goes into the reservoir. So, no sweat. I'm not going to snug that down just yet. So all for that. All for that. Well, I want to manipulate that hole just a little bit, that bracket. So I can do that a bit later. Okay. Now, see what we got. I believe it's time for the antifreeze. And make sure this plug wire is on there good. I took it off when it was outside to do what I'm doing. There, that's on now. Let's take this tie off, and I'm done with that now. Okay. Take a small breather, I'm gonna go get the keys. All right. Antifreeze time. Okay, let's do a bit of a wipe and clean here of the funnel. Let's see if we how many, if any, antifreeze leaks I have. Hopefully none, but We shall soon find out. Okay, I put a little bit of antifreeze in, as you can see over at the reservoir. And so far, so good. Let me, before I forget to hook these wires up, which would not be good. There we go. Now I still got to hook up the air tube. So while that's seeping down in, let's put the air tube on. I'll do the headlight later. All I gotta do is just fit this on and plug it up. Let's see. This wire setup goes to mass airflow sensor, or MAP sensor. Alright, and it's actually, technically, that's about all I want to do with that. So I'm just going to tie this up fairly quickly to just keep it stationary. Just enough to hold it. There we go. I'm not going to start her yet, but we're getting close. Little at a time. All we can do. Let her start soaking it down in there. Start watching for any possible, hopefully not, leaks. And actually, I'm going to go underneath and wipe anything up so I can make sure on this. Oh! And so far, what little is dribbled from prior working on this is all that I see. So far, so good. I never think maybe like Volkswagen being air cooled, at least back in the day. So far, so good. The thermostat's holding some of it back. Even though it's got that safety valve, or as they call it, fail-safe, built into the thermostat. it can only let so much through, and being it's pretty much a drained system, it's got air in it, it's going to take a bit. I'm going to start it up here a little bit and see what happens. Because right now what's holding the flow is the thermostat. So far, so good. That's what we want. Let her seep in a little more. When it can seep in, then we'll give her a start. We're going to let it seep in a bit and then give her a start and see what we've got. So all we do now, it's a time game. Set the thermostat to let it seep through that fail safe and get a little bit more in the block, the radiator fill up some, and start it and see what we have. And hopefully no leaks. I can't guarantee to promise there's no leaks at this. All I can do is hope. So far, so good. And it's seeping down, as you can see by the antifreeze level in the reservoir. We're about $1.45 into this video. Just saying. We're gonna let, as you see, the levels come up some on the reservoir, and I just poured in. Of course, as you can see, I'm straining it, and let some more of this seep down into the vitals, and then we'll give her a start and see what we have. That's all we can do now. Anyone else have to do the same thing. I may not have the one massaging that hole after all. There it is. Okay. We'll let this drain down. Get back up to where you see me. Try to keep the reservoir in focus too. Let this seep down one more time after this, and we'll get her started and let her run, and keep a close eye on the temp. Real close eye. And then we'll come out here and see what's going on. Hopefully just normal operation. I'm gonna go ahead and hook the battery up. I'll deal with the headlight later. And actually, by the way, this is Easter weekend of 2022 I'm doing this on. But it's Friday, I'm doing this video. I'm going to do a little bit of PMing on my other car, the 010 Aveo, light PMing, and then I'm kicking back and chilling out on Sunday. And we go to Sunday evening mass. So let's check on the antifreeze. A little bit more and then we'll get ready to start her. Ooh, almost overfilled her. I got darn close overfilled her that time, but dash your seat down. It's all going back in anyway. As you can see, I overfilled it. We can still keep an eye on it, but when half of that I added goes down, then I'll start her up. So let's check, see if I see any visible, not unwanted leaks, if any. So far, so good. Well, we'll give her a few more minutes. Let it seep in some more. She drained all the way down to the thermostat, and that's, by the looks of it, is the whole upper half was empty. Radiator was totally empty. Well, what came out of it, I think there was maybe a gallon left in the radiator, and the whole top half of the motor was empty. Let's take a look. Yep, she's going on down. A few more minutes and start up and see what happens. Like I said, hopefully just normal operation. So, everyone's staying safe and healthy, keeping the wrenches turning and easy on the knuckles. Yeah, this is more of a time job on that lower radiator hose than I anticipated. Excuse me. But that happens. It comes along with the territory. It's just tight to work on. It ain't like back in the day you could bring a lunch, pop the hood, climb on up into the engine bay, stand down in there, and still have room and do what you need to do. But those days are long gone, other than if you still have the car you can work on. So let's see on that. A little bit more. So, once again, I appreciate all the views I get, all the subscribers that I get, and if you haven't done so, please do so. Like, subscribe, notification bell, and you'll be up to speed on what I have up. This will be 162 vids up. I enjoy doing this. It does get hair pulling at times. It happens. But you work with it, deal with it, overcome it, adapt, and get it done. So it looks like it's time to start her up. So, keys, contact, and let's double check everything and to make sure. I hooked up the alternator. I want to make double sure on this. There we go. Now we got it. All looks good. Recheck underneath of it, and we're going to get ready to start her up. So far, all good. So, let's see what we got. Let's get some fire in the holes. dry, didn't she? Wow. All right, time some more coolant. Gotta keep a close eye on this now. She's pulling right on down. Sorry about that. Bumped the camera stand. Some more coolant. That's not all I got. Going right on down too. I wasn't expecting to pull it out that quick. She's slowing down a little. That's good. Give me a sec. Let's go check the tip. Okay. Tip, as you can see, is doing good so far. 98,340 on the clock. All symptoms is good. 67 degrees. Oh, yes indeed. Now, if you can see it, so as I get it focused where it's at, it would help a lot. That orange tint down there, that's that clear hose that I set up. Now you see the coolant circulating, and the reservoir is holding steady. So far, so good. I see no steam, and the tip's working like it should. Let's take a look at the bottom and see, if anything, what we got. I see no drip. What you see wet is already wet. So that's a plus so far. If I look at it right now, we've got it. Okay. Get my hands out of the way would help a lot. Okay. And the coolant is holding steady. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and put the cap on now. Let's take a walk over there. Because I don't have any more antifreeze left that she's holding. Which is what should be. Okay. Almost to 2 hours. This is the longest video yet. But everything is holding the way it should. I didn't change the belt yet. Rule of thumb, 12 inches, 12 cracks per inch, ready to go. So change it. So let's go take a look at the tip gauge. Doing good. She's almost at operating temperature. Liking about 25 degrees. Low on fuel. Yeah, I kind of figured that. I'm not going to worry about that. She'll make it to the gas station. Just up the road. All's good. As of right now, I'm happy. I figured I would be. Okay. Temperature's holding good, reservoir's holding good. So far no leaks. And we're just over 2 hours into this video. I'm just throwing a time in to be doing it. So let's back her out of here. Looks like she's doing really good. Here's where she was parked, and that wet spot there is already there. I just wiped up one little bit antifreeze I'd lost a while ago. And so far, she's looking really good. Let's see what we got here. Heater hose good. I'm not going to open the cap up. I'm going to go and let it build up a bit. So let's check the upper radiator hose. She's warm. Doing good. No leaks. I got a few little things to tweak on yet. But I'll deal with that later today or tomorrow. And by the looks of it, the O-rings I put on that I showed you earlier in the video seems to be working really, really good. I'm happy about that because I wasn't sure how that was going to turn out. But everything's going good. Just like you should be. Let's check underneath, see if anything. Looking powerhouse dry. Yay. And no extra drip where it's not supposed to be here at the frame, where that crossover coolant pipe, water pump, spacer seal was leaking. That's where the other leak was at. It wasn't the crossover pipe. I did it anyway. So there you have it, everyone. She's good to go. Up, got one small drip, but I don't know where she's coming from. But I'll look into that a little later. But I'm gonna let it go for now, and it may just be what the antifreeze dropped a while ago. I took the lower radiator hose off. So that's every bit of possible what's happening. I'll keep you updated on that. Get my hand out of the way would help a lot. There we go. Sorry about that. It does seem to be a recurring drip. Like I said, I won't keep you updated on this, but it's just what was left off the frame from earlier. And right here, there's a bit of a wing guard splash pan. I don't know if you can see it. I have to get back on the driveway to do this. This part right here, there's antifreeze in here that came from the radiator hose when I took the bottom one off. That's more than likely where that drip is coming from. So right now I'm not overly concerned about it. Now she's at the operating temperature, or OT. Excuse me. And low on fuel, we already know that. That's no big issue right now. Okay, let's turn the heat on and see what we've got. And bi-level, oh yeah, toasty. Even it is 67 degrees outside, we need to run it. I do believe now the overall part of this job is done. Still needs to burp out a bit. The heat's warm, but not hot, but then again it's 67 outside. So it's kind of equalized itself. Excuse me. And soon it's going to be time to start getting the backyard cut. All's looking good. The heat from the heater hose is warmer than the heat coming out of a vent. Shake the upper hose. Yeah, now she's hot. Let's see about the bottom one, if I can even get to it without getting hurt or burnt. Not by the looks of it. That's the upper one you see right there. But I can't get to that bottom one. But she's all good. Okay, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in. To my subscribers, my views. Keep up the good work. Keep checking in for updates. And I will see you all later. So let me get this turned around back to me. Once again, everyone, thanks so much for subscribing and notification bell, following me. And I hope all these videos, for the most part, helps you out, save time, money. And now you realize how much work goes into these types of cars. That's the way they're designed. So on that note, stay safe, stay healthy. Keep the wrenches turning and easy on the knuckles. Have a great one, everyone. Thanks a lot. Bye. Well, I said bye on the first part of the video, so this is still the same video. But I've undone the air tube a bit, and now you see where it circulates. Looking good. Now maybe I can get to the bottom hose and check that out. Of course you can't see my hand in the way, but that feels good down there too. So far what I designed on that heater hose, as they call it. The first part of the heater hose, pipe 1 to pipe 2. That's working out good. I'll keep you updated on that. Okay, this is by now. So you see it, and okay. So peace out, stay safe, stay healthy, y'all. Thanks a lot for everyone. Like, subscribe, and notification bell. Thanks everyone. Bye.